zoning, zoning. I be zoning out, zoning, zoning. I be zoning out, zoning, zoning. I be zoning out. Just thinking to myself like, what is life about? Zoning, zoning. I be zoning out, zoning, zoning. I be zoning out, zoning, zoning. I be zoning out. Mama told me mind my business, never run my mouth. See, when I'm zoning, I'm roaming, I'm in a different world, a different family and money, even a different girl. So what we plotting, right? So what's the move tonight? I'm always on my grind all the time, so let's do it right.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on, man? Welcome back to another episode of the Loyalty Game Podcast, man. Thank you for coming, man. I'm your host, E-Bars.
I'm your boy, Ill. You already know what time it is. It's about to get into that topic.
And y'all just tuned into the Loyalty Game Podcast. Oh, man. Ill, man. I mean, like I always tell you, man, I love when you come through, man. I appreciate when you come through and everything, man.
You already know, bro.
And today's no difference, man. Got my drink.
Got my drink.
Got my joint.
Got my joint.
Hey, man, it's time to go, man.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Yes,
So how your day been, man?
Oh, man, today been great. It's been a good day today.
Mm-hmm.
Had a little family day. Took them
Okay.
out to a little theme park, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sesame Place was opened up, and took them over there. So, yeah, was chilling over there with Big Bird and Ernie and all them niggas.
Okay, yeah, today was beautiful. It was like 80 degrees, and it felt like 90, and
Yeah, it was fucking scorching out there.
It was a perfect day to go to a park.
It was. It was really nice out there. Had a good old time.
For sure.
Yep, the rides, the people. It was really good. He had a good time. That's all that mattered to me.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. You're never too old for Sesame Street. I'm telling
Never.
you.
Especially when I go back. I was raised on Sesame Street.
That's what I'm saying. Elmo, Big Bird, my favorite Sesame Street character would probably definitely have to be Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster be yours?
That was my nigga.
I don't know. I'm more of a Grover.
Grover, okay.
Grover was a wild nigga, but I love Grover, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or what about the Muppets? Were the Muppets part of
Muppets, is that like Sesame Street? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Were they part of Sesame Street?
I know they got Kermit the Frog in that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Kermit the Frog is my favorite.
Yeah, Kermit the Frog was a Sesame Street thing, but
Okay.
he was more of his own.
Yeah.
His own type of character and shit.
Mhm.
So yeah, he was in the Muppet Babies. But Sesame Street, he was a reporter. Remember that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Hi ho, this is Kermit the Frog coming live from Sesame Street. He was
What
the
year
reporter.
was this?
Oh man, early years.
That's what I'm saying.
Mad early, even before my time. Like I was raised off this little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And it was the same thing, same face, just a different person, different voice. I guess you would say.
Yeah. It was fun. It was fun, man. Going out there.
2023, man. Like, what's been going on lately, bro? Like what's like? I see
What
your
has
hat.
been going on, right?
See your hat, man. 76ers, man. Like,
Yes, sir.
we can get into that, man. Game 7 is actually
Game
coming.
7. I'm kind of upset because the loss that we had the other day, man,
Mhm.
it was in our hands, bro. It was in our hands. I mean, I think we just blew that. We blew that match, bro.
I keep telling people, like, it got to be rigged.
It was supposed to be finished. That game was over.
This shit, it has to be rigged. There's no way.
Right.
Joel
Maxey was
Embiid,
fucking pissed.
He put his blood, sweat, and tears, but it's
What?
no way that Embiid didn't touch the ball for a whole 5 minutes at the end.
MB looked off from the gate.
Come on, man. I don't
From the
understand
gate,
that.
he was off, bro.
I don't
I'm like, what
understand
the
that.
hell?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand that, bro. Like that was crazy to me. It's just like you do one thing in one game, successfully beat them in their home.
I
And
mean, he had some passes that he should have gave up, and I mean, I understand the man MVP and all. You know what I mean, big up to him. I like we need that since it's been over so many years, like 20 years or something like that, since we had an MVP here at home.
yeah,
This is AI.
Wow,
You know what I mean?
yes.
This is AI.
2-time scoring champion. Don't forget that. And then he trying to go for the chip. I mean, I think if we beat the Celtics, I don't think nobody else can really give us a challenge other than maybe Miami.
Right. I was on something like, we're going to beat these fucking Celtics. We're going to beat them. I felt that. Now I'm like a little iffy. I'm like a little worried now on this next game 7.
I'm not worried.
In their hometown at that.
If you look at the stats, then it's something to be worried about. never won a game 7. You know, he blows a lot of 3-1, 3-1, 3-2 leads.
Right.
Like a lot of stuff. James Harden don't show up. Embiid never makes it out the second round. So it's a lot of stuff
That's brand new for them.
that's circling around, so that everybody trying to get to this new place,
Right.
which is the next fucking stage. We gotta get out of round 2.
Yeah, definitely.
We can get into round 3. I truly believe that it'll be smooth sailing. We get out of round 3. I mean, get out of round 2.
Yeah, I mean, round 3 could be Miami, right?
And then that would be, I think Miami just a little bit easier than Boston.
Come on, Sixers, y'all don't want to go to Miami?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man, let's go to Miami and turn up over there.
Miami and New York is actually playing right now, right behind me on the TV.
I know, and
Yeah.
you know, it sucks to be New York.
I think
You know
New York winning.
I don't know. What are they in the league so far? Like
Oh, like
What's the
the
score?
score? Yeah, it's like 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah, they lose this, they go home,
Mm-hmm.
or they stay home because they in New York. No, they in Miami. Yeah, they go.
They in
home.
Miami right now?
Yeah, they in Miami. So yeah, they go home if they lose this.
Yeah, they gonna lose. They gonna lose.
You think so?
Yeah.
I actually want them to win, and this is why I want them.
Me
to win.
too. Me too.
I want them to win so we can play.
Yes.
I really don't have a doubt in my mind that
I don't want
want
to play Miami.
Yeah, I don't want to play
You
Miami.
know what I mean?
I don't want to play Miami.
Who's that?
I want-
Butler?
Yeah, that's Butler.
I don't want Butler.
But then again, there's nobody that's really a match for Embiid on any team.
Right.
Maybe if the Lakers make it, they got AD, but AD can never stay healthy.
True.
AD, he questionable right now. So
Really?
let's see if he played tonight. Yeah, because he got smacked, punched, elbowed in the face, or something like that.
Shit.
Yeah, and they had to wheel him off in the wheelchair.
Damn.
Yeah,
Like
'cause
that?
he was dizzy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, even main man that got stumped on from a B did go out like that.
Mhm.
And we talking about a giant stepping on your face.
That was like a size 20. Just-
Yeah.
he got up and he had 3 lips. It was over.
I see ripples on his face when he was going down. I'm like, man, he went down a couple layers.
Yeah, that was bad. That looked like that really hurt. And I mean, luckily they didn't call it as a flagrant 2. They didn't call it as a flagrant 1. I mean, they was just like,
Right,
it was an accident.
right. They did Harden wrong that day.
Exactly.
They did Harden wrong. The total opposite.
Harden need to fucking step up. Harden really needs to fucking step up. Maxey stepping up.
Maxey doing his thing, man.
MB, I don't know.
I
what
think
the
he's
fuck
a little
he did.
too quick. I think he needs to slow it down a little bit, like pace himself. Because
think-
those bursts, he gets a lot of them.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of those bursts.
Mhm.
But when he gets to the bucket, you know what I mean? Him driving so fast is either overshooting shit all the time.
I think that's all he knows because he's 22. He's
Yeah.
young.
Yeah, he definitely got the drive.
You know,
Definitely got the
so all he knows is just zoom, meet, zoom.
drive. Yeah.
And most of the times they go in.
Yeah, he be doing a lot of floaters lately.
Yeah. Yep.
No floater zones.
Just trying to switch his game up and
Right.
trying to make it. I mean, just trying to make it happen. I ain't mad at him.
He vicious on the reverse.
Yeah,
He
I ain't
got
mad
that
at him.
shit down. That's nice. That
I'm
shit was lovely.
I'm not mad at him at all.
I'm not either. He just needs to slow it down. I think he'll make more shots that way because he definitely gets it. You know what I mean? He definitely got the drive.
Okay.
Hey, I see him with the ball a lot, but you know, he do be missing a lot when he's going into that lane. I mean, his 3 points is there. I mean, he got a little focus up on that, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think every time he goes into the lane, it's either going to be a floater or one of those reverses because he's just all asses down there. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think he should just perfect the mid range, become a 3-way shooter. He can pop the 3. He can take it in. Why not just perfect the mid range too?
Right, right. I think if he do that, he'll be a threat for real. Yeah. If he know how to pace himself, I think he got it all. He's gunning. I ain't see a Sixer move that fast as AI.
Now I got us winning. I got faith. I think I'm gonna put $50 down on us winning.
When you gonna gamble, you gonna bet that.
I think I'm gonna put $50 down
You are a risky person.
on us winning because sometimes you just gotta have faith in your city.
Thanks.
Yeah, you gotta have faith in your city.
Mhm.
Now, last episode I had somebody on here, and I had some interesting questions for them. But not only did I have interesting questions, they had interesting answers.
Okay.
So I don't want to jump into the whole thing that we talked about it, but I do got a question that I want to ask you and just see your answer.
Okay.
So the question was, are you a man? And then on top of that,
Is that a trick question?
what makes you a man? So the question was, are you a man? And then what makes you a man?
Are you a man, or what makes you a man?
No, you can ask 3 different men that question, and you'll get 3 different answers. Because what somebody specify as a man is different. So are you a man? And what makes you a man?
Shit, all right. Well, let me see. What makes you a fucking man? Your hair on your face right now.
Oh shit.
What makes you a man? I'm gonna say probably like responsibility.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Stepping up to be responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Or just, you know, even for the good or the bad, you know what I'm saying? Just manning up to it. You know what I mean? Learn how to take shit and learn how to provide with shit. You know what I mean? Striving.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Constantly just trying to succeed. Don't take your shit for nobody neither. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And keep your word in your balls.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? What else? What could make you a man? I mean, there's so many things that could probably prove that you're a man. You know what I mean? As far as, you know, it depends on what it is, though. It depends how you just handle your business. I guess what makes you a man is how you handle your business.
I like that. See, and the thing was, I had my man Fig on the show, and like I told him, you can ask 3 different people, and they give you 3 different answers. Right. His answer was definitely totally different from your answer.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, like I said before, it depends. Like if you're a man within the relationship, what makes you a man within the relationship?
Yeah.
Or, you know, what makes you a man, you know, in the street or holding down a job? You know what I mean? It's just so many different scenarios.
Okay.
That, you know, can really represent you as a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It depends on what I guess what path you on. But you as an individual person, you yourself as a male person, to be a man, you know what I mean? There's it's a lot of ego and a lot of pride in yourself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That I think so. I think you got to have a lot of pride and ego in yourself in order for you to, you know, to go through some of these things that makes you a man. In order to go through them and succeed on going through them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coming out the other side, still a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because you could go through something and it could change your whole walk of life.
No,
it could traumatize you on any type of note. But it's how you handle it, you know what I mean, for yourself that makes you a man. You know what I mean? Yeah, it could be like I said before, just so many different versions of it.
No, for me, it was my thing is more on, you know, providing and responsibility and loyalty. Like those are the 3 words that really pop up in my head. Now, when I say provide, I don't technically mean for somebody else. Like provide for yourself.
Right.
Like be real, be loyal. To yourself. Like everything I say, do it to yourself first. Because if you can't be none of these things to yourself, then you damn sure can't do it with your friends or your buddy or your family or anything. So,
right, that's kind of like what I was saying as far as you know,
morals,
your ego,
exactly,
your ego and your, you know what I mean, your pride.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let your pride get tarnished. I think your pride as being a man has got a lot to do with that.
Yeah,
for real. You know what I mean? You ain't a man if you ain't got no pride in that.
Yeah.
Or pride in becoming that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And staying that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You need all that for real. Because in these days, that shit can get dwindled away with just a few words.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean?
And a few words can turn into a few actions, and you know, that's crazy.
Right.
Like, and speaking on that, like another question that I had for him, it was more on some like, are you mature enough to walk away from 2 altercations? You know, one, your girl acting crazy. She might put hands on you. She might be throwing stuff at you. It's just it's a wild situation.
I've been through that.
Are you mature enough to walk away from that, or would you fight back?
I think if it's your girl, you better walk away.
Yeah.
Because if you fight back, you're not going to resolve nothing with that. Not at all. Especially if that's your girl.
Okay.
Or a girl. Period.
But you.
Right.
The question was more you. Are you mature enough to walk away from that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, I would say it takes experience to learn that in order to I guess, to comprehend what's walking away going to do better for you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because beginning in life, there was no walking away from me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn that.
And that's why I said mature.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
That's,
you learn
that's
that.
something you learn.
Right.
Yeah.
You learn as you learn, you get mature in it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. But yeah, definitely. As a mature person, me personally now, yeah, definitely walking away. Yeah. Because
Sec-
I know already what I'm capable of doing.
Mhm.
And especially if how about this? Can you walk away from the equation even if you're right and you know you're dead ass right and the other person is saying otherwise? Can you walk away?
Me personally,
Even though that you know that's right.
me personally, it's like, yeah, because I mean, I would rather you, no lie, I would rather you be right or feel right. I would rather you be right or feel right about the
Just switch
situation.
up.
Yeah, for sure. I would rather you be right or feel right about the situation, even if you're wrong. Just because
That's good. I like that.
I'm just
That's
big
good.
on
I like
energy.
that. Like, if you feel right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I forgot
exactly.
to mention that.
You be like,
Yeah.
you wrong.
If you feel right, you can walk away. Like, I know what the fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You like, listen, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
What you
But
talking about?
I'm gonna let her believe whatever somebody else gonna tell her.
Whatever.
They gonna feel dumb
Yeah.
in the fucking future.
Right.
It is what it is. I'm not arguing with you. I know what's right. I seen it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, that could go in a lot of places. Like,
Mhm.
like say if you argue with another male,
Mhm.
argue with another. Let's just say alpha to turn it up because you and alpha and that's an alpha. Y'all arguing. Two alphas ain't gonna go down. And even though that you know that you can smash the shit out this kid,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You still walk away.
Mhm.
But he's still at it, because he's got an ego trip.
Exactly.
He's got something to prove. He's a man. It could be people around. You know what I mean? He's got something to prove. Now, it could be another lady around, whatever,
Mhm.
like that. You know what I mean? But dead ass, that you could really put a hurting on him.
Exactly.
Would you walk away from that? Even if he's still like,
Me, like if it, like you said, like if you ask me personally, yeah, because one, like you said, I know what I can do to this person.
Exactly.
You mean, and I'm a thinker.
Right.
It's not like I can hurt this person and just walk away and go home.
I've been in situations where they just sit there in your face and just be barking, rah, 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 rah.
Who?
Fuck, just people. You know what I mean? Situations out of life. You know what I mean?
I'm more of a laugher.
When you would laugh in their face?
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
I'm more of a laugher.
I do that all the time.
No, because things with me is I live by the motto, sticks and stones may break my bones, words that never hurt me. Now, if you touch me,
well, that's what I'm saying. Let me. I was going to get to that. Like now, it comes to the point where they so much in your face and so much being a fucking tough guy because the ego is going. Dead ass that I'm gonna break this motherfucker the fuck up if he keep up with the dumb shit.
Yeah.
So now he pushed all the buttons.
mm-hmm.
What is your breaking point? Like, is there a breaking point? Like, all right,
the breaking point.
I'm taking off the fucking jacket now. Nigga, you gonna get your ass kicked.
The breaking point is when you break the law. How about that? Can that be the breaking point?
No.
Where if
you done broke the law, it's over.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
like
beyond the breaking point.
That's what I'm saying.
I think the breaking point gotta be before that.
I thought you meant the breaking point where I snapped. That's the breaking point. That's not the breaking point when you snap.
Well, exactly.
Exactly. So I snap once you touch me. Now, if the cops get involved, officer, this is what happened.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then if the cops get involved, this is why he looks like this.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's I don't know if it's on camera, but you can ask everybody.
You done for you.
I mean, that's what happened. You know what I mean? So it was self-defense.
You gotta battle that in court. You know what I mean? You gotta prove that. You're
But that's
innocent to proving guilty. I know that.
No, you're definitely guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah,
Shit.
but there are a lot of folks that will test you. And
Mhm.
next thing you know, you going down that fucking road.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. I think it takes a bigger person and to really visualize, is this shit really fucking worth going through?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because of this cat's ego trip. I mean, even he know that you can smash him, but he's got people around and want to be all hype about shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, well, I'm about to do him in. Then you finally take off your coat, you hang it up. You in the street now, you waiting for him, but he don't come down.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's when you know when you like all this is just not even working.
Oh, all talker.
Yeah.
You know.
Because it's an ego thing.
I feel
you already know you can smash it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he knows that. But you know what I mean? He want to put up a fucking these things that's what draws you in. This is how the cases come. This is when the cops are called.
And that's why the question was, Are you mature enough to walk away from a crazy situation like that? What's something that you used to do that you find like dumb to do now? Like you look back and you just like, why the fuck did I do that?
Oh shit! Something I used to do. So that on that note, like on that, like what? Why the fuck did I do that type of note?
Yeah. There it goes, brewing.
Yeah, because that could fall into so many categories. I was like, yeah.
We only need one story, whatever story you feel comfortable with sharing.
What story? That one right there tastes fucking hella great.
Come on, man. Come on now.
What was that shit again?
It's Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. That shit is crazy. Yeah. What was the question? Something that I did that like, well, okay, all right.
What's something you used to do that you think is dumb now?
I don't know why I can't think of these things. I don't know what I used to do that's dumb now.
I started off then just to get the brain pumping. Mine was actually hanging out on the corners and stuff with my cousins and selling drugs.
See, I can't say that.
I look back now and I'm just like, why the fuck did I do it? And I can answer the question because the answer is I was just following it. That wasn't me. I didn't want to be a drug dealer.
I was broke.
Even when I was broke, my whole thing was I want to get a job. Let me fill out a job application. Let me go to all these stores every day with a shirt tucked in.
You know what? The way you was growing up, that's what makes the difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on what path you take on that.
But the thing is, my brothers took that. I only took that path because my brothers took that path. But I wanted to do the right way.
You just followed the herd.
But I just followed. That's it.
Right.
Of course, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna follow. Right. But in my heart, I'm like, I don't want to be out here, man. Yeah. You telling me I gotta? I'm getting this little bit of ass money. I gotta worry about the cops. I gotta worry about somebody robbing me. I gotta worry about somebody just shooting me because this block making too much money. I gotta worry about all this stuff just so I can make a little bit of money. I'd rather just be out here busting my ass trying to get a job. And that was my whole thing. So as soon as I got away from them, that's what I did until I got a job. My very first job was Wendy's. And I'm so thankful for that $7.25 an hour. Yeah, man, it got me where I'm at now. My
first job was anti-graffiti. Because they caught me writing. He said, either get cased up or you join us. I said, sign me up.
Exactly.
Sign me up. But you know what? I was that nigga like, yo, telling my squad that be bombing, like, yo, we just got a fresh white wall with such and such. Don't hit that. You know what I mean? That was me, though. You know what I mean? I can't, everybody.
I tagged a little bit, but I wasn't, like, heavy with it. Like, It was just more like in the area, like the park we was in.
Okay.
We had tagged me and my little friend. We was a little crew.
I'm definitely from that era, the graffiti area, the whole breakdance, the whole hip hop.
I didn't understand it though. The breakdance, the dancing.
You definitely know how to write. You had to know how to write. If you was like part of that squad,
but I didn't.
Squad,
again, I was following.
I was
following. Right. I didn't understand the point of having a tag name and all that, but I had one.
Yeah, it's crazy though. That's funny though how the different eras is just different like that because our era was mostly like, you know, that whole hip hop culture, but like really living it. You know what I'm saying? I would say the entrepreneurs, we started that shit. You know what I mean? All that whole bombing the fucking trains and.
But why?
But why? Because it was just us. It was our thing. It was a thing that we needed to do because it was different from everything else. Because it felt right where you was at. You feel me? Because most of that shit was just like people being themselves within that hood, within that I would say atmosphere of things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just brewing. Different type of styles for non. So you know what I mean? So that's what that was, and that's what brewed, and that's what became a culture. You know what I mean? I was just part of it. It happened to be, I guess, one of the beginners. You know, for my Generation X motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
But that's why it's a different type of culture. So when I say when you was going to high school, you needed a handle. You know what I mean? Because at that era, everybody was writing, or you know what I mean. You knew you was part of a clique, a part of a squad. That you know what I mean. Again, it was a territorial thing. Oh yeah, you from around there, so and so, and them niggas. But yeah, they were like, oh. And then you got, you know what I mean. It was a whole lot of that.
Okay.
Yeah, like we gonna. Then you got like we gonna fuck with y'all because we don't come across town. It was a lot of territorial.
That's crazy.
In the beginning, yeah, it was wild.
As I got older, I didn't understand why Philly was beefing with different parts of Philly. Like, why is North Philly beefing with West Philly and
Southwest?
Like, why ain't we beefing with like other cities, like New York or Jersey or some shit? Why the fuck are we beefing with each other?
You know what? Philly beef with everybody though.
It didn't make no sense.
We just beef with everybody. Different fucking hoods, different cliques, different posses. You know what I mean? It came to a point where we used to be all posses and shit. Yeah, your posse is better than my posse. Junior Black Mafia and OKC and all these other young bull posses growing up, bro. It was crazy. You know what it was though?
What?
Some of these groups was by the hundreds, man.
Damn.
Hundreds, bro.
Can you imagine if it was
no
internet
bullshit.
back then? Instagram back then? Can you imagine that?
Listen, one time Junior Black Mafia from Philly did a big ass, you could say a block party at Huntington Park. Bro, damn near the whole park was posse. Yeah, no bullshit. Like you couldn't go in certain areas if you wasn't part of that clique. The whole park was filled.
That makes sense.
Yeah, at one point there was like the biggest posse. I won't say mob because it was a posse. You know what I mean? In Philly. And then you had a lot of the little posses and cliques inside the little barrel. You know what I mean? And then that shit just stopped being territorial.
Okay.
That shit just stopped being territorial when it got into the money.
Okay, so before I get you out of here, because we only got a couple of minutes, this last question I got for you is I just like to hear people's answers. Now, what was the feeling you got when you realized you was grown and you had to fend for yourself? What was that feeling like? You remember that feeling? You remember that day?
That you was grown and had to fend for
yourself?
Or you just had to fend for yourself?
You was grown.
You was grown. Why? Because there was nobody else to fuck around?
Just because you was grown. You realized that.
Oh, you actually grown. Bro.
Your mom not calling you to get in the house. That, like, when was that like?
Bro, I had a lot of freedom. I can tell you that from the get-go.
So you had a lot of freedom. So you wasn't you don't know about curfew and not leaving the block.
I'm kind of upset at my parents so much freedom I had.
And that's what I'm saying. Everybody's story different. So that's why I like asking this question and I love hearing the answer.
Mm-hmm. I had too much freedom. I mean, shit. I was out in the streets very young age, doing whatever the fuck the streets did. Whatever I did with my friends, it was just all fun. It was just nothing but fun. You know what I mean? Whatever, if it was just mischief or get money or you just hanging out or arcades, whatever, it was just all fun at the time. You know what I mean? And young age, bro.
Yeah.
And didn't really have a curfew. As long as I'm alive, that's all that matters. As long as I showed up at night, there's times I didn't show up. They'd be like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? It's just unbeknownst freedom at that. You know what I mean? And my circle was small, so that's probably why too. So.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, so I was like, I grew up real fucking fast out there. You know what I mean? I did a lot of shit that little kids don't even do today, don't even think about doing today.
You gotta think about that's a whole different era, a whole different generation. Y'all was doing just different shit.
Yeah, playing games and arcades and all that shit. That came like really later. When I was in my teens and shit like that. You know what I mean? But boy, I was a young boy, whatever. I was just in the streets doing whatever the fuck the streets. Hanging with my friends. If it's just riding bikes and fucking railroads, you know what I mean? Dirt bikes, or if it's just fucking doing black flips off of these dirty ass mattresses in the lot. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Just being watch out for my OG up the block. You know what I mean? It's just that type of shit.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Going into shit like that. That shit just spawns into shit and becomes a lifestyle before you fucking know it, man.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap it up there. But, I gotta talk to you and show you some things off camera, and let's get to it, man. But hey, man, I appreciate everybody for coming out. I mean, for tuning in. I'm a little tipsy on my aluminum cup,
as you should.
But hey, man, until next time, man. I'm your boy E Bars.
You already know it's so sick. It's ill.
And we out this bitch.